From that queen, the one in Windsor Castle, to another queen. You may not know that Newcastle is home to Australia's best singing drag queen, Zmatiq. Zmatiq, as she's known. She burst onto our TV screens earlier this year on Australia's Got Talent, where she impressed all 4 judges. Here's a bit of Zmatiq. We have a little bit of Zmatiq auditioning here.
Circus Got Talent. What's your name?
My name's Zmatiq. I am a singing gender illusionist.
Tell me that term, gender illusionist. Is that drag?
Yes, Nico.
What was wrong with drag?
It's not a term I like.
Who's supporting you? Who's here with you today?
Tonight I have my lovely parents of the man within in the audience.
Here they are.
It's so lovely being able to support you.
Let's make them clap.
Thank you. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm fairly good.
I can certainly see why they were impressed. Zmatiq, it's a fantastic sound. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Paul, for having me, and happy Queen's birthday to all of Newcastle and Central Coast.
And Narelle, thank you for coming in as well. Really interesting to meet you.
Equally, big celebration. Happy Queen's birthday weekend.
Have you had a chance to have a look at the Queen, the other Queen?
The other Queen? Yeah, she's donning my favourite colour, even though I don't wear green. I'm a very pink girl. No, I have seen the outfit. It reminds me of an aero bar. I was peckish this morning, and the first thing that came to mind was that is just such a bright green. I remember, I think my bedroom back home, back in my other home, where my parents are, back in Wollongong, it's a lime green colour, so so it resonates.
It's a sort of a peppermint or spearmint or something like that,
does,
isn't it? A lot of people are saying she's rocking that
She's
suit.
definitely rocking that suit. It's definitely a really strong colour.
You'd need to, I suppose, because people looking at it from the balcony, you know, she's on the balcony with a million other of her family, and she'd need to go, you know, hello, this is my birthday.
Oh yeah. She's definitely drawing the eye line to herself.
It works.
Wow, bright green. Yeah.
Now you're celebrating a number of birthdays. This is your 3rd anniversary this weekend.
Crazily, it wasn't until I thought about it, like the last couple of weeks. I'm like, how long have I been actually doing drag for? Because on Australia's Got Talent, I told them that it's been just over 2 years that I've been doing it. And it wasn't until I actually counted it up that actually today would mark 3 years in drag for me as charismatic as I am today. So that's pretty surprising to me that I'm still going strong. So it's exciting.
What is it when you say 3 years in drag as charismatic? Does that imply there was drag before that?
There was drag before, and I was a busted mess. And I remember the first time I ever tried doing drag, I had a black bob, and I thought I looked great with a little bit of makeup and just a slip dress. And today it's high glamour and pink wigs and high heels.
I am phenomenally impressed that you've done this for a breakfast radio appearance. Although I might say that Natalie is filming us and live streaming on Facebook. If you'd like to have a look at Narelle and Zmatiq, you can go to our Facebook and have a look at the live stream. But how long to make yourself into this splendour we see before us? How long does that take you?
When I first started, it took me 3.5 hours, and that was just for like a bit of eyeshadow and a bit of lipstick when I first started. And I was showing Narelle photos a couple of weeks ago, and Narelle was like, "What the hell?" That took 3 hours. And, you know, today, fast track, it takes me approximately about 45 minutes to get ready, just to do the makeup, and about another 15 minutes if I planned my outfit the night before, which I did. So this morning went a little bit quick. I did sleep in though.
And of course, you know, since the black bob, we now got the gorgeous Zmatiq, and Zmatiq is a genre in itself now. So 3 years of just, you know, holding fast to the
in the pink,
in the pink, and to the and to the AKA that is Zmatiq.
So you come from Wollongong and now you're living in Newcastle.
Yeah, so I moved from there a couple of years ago.
There's a theme going on there, you know.
Bit of a theme
with the steel / former steel cities.
There is. Everyone kind of migrates, I find. So yeah, no, definitely. All my folks are based in Sydney City, and then Wollongong, and I've got family all over Australia and Tassie and Queensland, and far to reach places. But I moved here a couple of years ago just to re-establish myself and take a character somewhere where art is abundant, and Newcastle loves to support the community and theatre and music, and I just thought great opportunity to jump in.
Now, you're quite different to drag queens, other drag queens that I know, because most drag queens will mime. Why have you chosen not to mime?
Jeez, I started miming when I first ever dabbled with drag because I thought that's what you had to do. I seriously thought that in order to be a drag queen you had to mime, and that it was just something that wasn't expected. So I had always been like, when I was younger, singing in the shower and things like that, and Mum always caught me humming to songs that I loved. And I just remembered that when I was doing community theatre years ago, The Man Within was doing community theatre, it just clicked that I should just put 2 and 2 together. So I decided to sing in drag.
Too frustrating not to, I would imagine.
Well, it was. I felt really restricted. I had to mime Whitney Houston or, mime Beyonce, and I was like, I could probably give these divas a bit of a run for their money.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, you know what, why not just try and sing? And it just worked that way.
We'll hear you if that's okay by you a little bit later on. We'll get you to sing like a version. This is also another anniversary. This is your first anniversary working together.
It is.
Narelle, what's your role in the double act?
Well, Paul, actually, what what happened was I was at a local venue just on 12 months ago, and just sort of on 12 months, and I was leaving the venue. I'd gone to see an art exhibition, and I heard a voice. And of course, in the industry, and I'm like, oh, voice, yeah, that's a great voice. I don't want to leave yet. I trottled back to hear this.
This is at the art exhibition.
This is at the art exhibition. Okay. Raw emerging artists. So there's a catwalk of emerging designers. That there's been a fashion parade as well. So I'm leaving, and I hear this voice, and so I say to my friends, oh, let's not go yet. I just want to see what's going on here. And I go in and I just hear this voice, and I get there. And here's this gorgeous pink-haired thing strutting her stuff out on the catwalk. And I went, oh, it's a drag star, isn't she gorgeous? Assuming she was lip-syncing. Stood there for a few minutes. And then sort of nestled in a bit closer where a gentleman was sort of standing off out of bounds. And I've sung out to my girlfriends and I've gone, this drag star is not lip syncing, I swear to God. And this man leaned over and said, yeah, no, that's his voice. Yeah. That's my son. And it was Glenn, Dad, supporting, and they're very, very supportive. Beautiful family.
First debut performance in Newcastle with Raw at the and Lynn and Glenn, my parents, they're just amazingly supportive of everything I do creative. So I'm quite fortunate to have a family that's quite open-minded and just embraces me for who I am, and to meet Narelle a year ago, and like now we've done cabaret shows together. We launched Soiree Cabaret Productions, and we decided to run a show together. We did a couple of shows at the French restaurant in Hunter Street, and that went really, really well. We did a Christmas show there, we did a standard jazz night, and the numbers just kept rolling into the restaurant, which worked really well. We got booked again and again. We then took our show further. Lizottes has booked us this year for Halloween.
For Halloween, because we did I have a bit of an AKA background myself. So one of my characters, the Countess, darling, she's a bit dark and devious, but yes, the Countess hosted the Halloween soiree show.
Oh, I can see your point. There's a poster.
She's
These two have come in and they've redecorated our studio with Halloween on one hand, but we've also got the snowflakes on the other hand. Christmas in July, which is also
that's right. Yeah, because our two upcoming shows, of course, we're in Maitland next month for Christmas in July, and all things soiree, and then in October we do our Halloween show again at Lizottes, which is really exciting.
I can do it in November. So our Christmas in July show, I'm rigged up with the mic, so I can't head over there. But on the poster you've got Saturday the 16th of July at the Blackbird Artisan Bakery. It's right next to Maitland Jail. Basically, it's in Maitland Jail. And it's a 3-course dinner with a live show, interactive cabaret, lots of fun. Of course, I'm going to be singing Christmas carols and some favourites. And lots of audience participation. We love that.
My job.
Which is why we love working together. Yes. So, and then Halloween's Friday 4th of November at Lizottes. So you can find all the information online.
So you're going to sing for us?
I will, yeah.
Okay. Now here's where you'll actually need How is this going to work with the headphones and the hair and the eyelashes? The eyelashes may get in the way of the headphones.
The eyelashes probably hit the microphones. They'll hit that before I do. But yeah, let's see how we go.
All right. So this is Like a Virgin with live studio guests, live music for you here with Charismatic.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Charismatic.
Thanks, Darrell. Let's see how we go. I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through. Didn't know how lost I was until I found you. I was big, incomplete. I've been high, I was sad as love, but you made me feel. Yeah, you made me feel shiny and new, like a virgin, touched for the very first time, like a virgin. When pulse your heart beats next to mine. Gonna give you all my love, boy. My fear is fading fast. Been saving it all for you, 'cause only love can last. You're so fine, and you're mine. Make me strong, yeah, you make me bold. Oh, your love thought out, yeah, your love thought out. Won't be scared to go, like a virgin, touched for the very first time, like a virgin. When both hearts beat next to mine. Whoa, I got in the studio. Broken it back. Whoa, how we going, Newcastle Central Coast? Say hi on ABC Newcastle Radio on
We're doing
Facebook.
fine. Sounded fantastic.
Thank you so much, Paul. We're getting back to the chorus. Good version, this is from a Confessions tour. Like a virgin, touched for the very first time, like a virgin. When your heart beats next to mine. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, kiss me and hold me. Feel so good inside. Ooh, like a virgin. Ooh, you baby sweet Newcastle. Feel so good inside. Thank you.
It is fantastic and so hard to do. It's deceptively difficult, but you've got to know where you are, what you're doing. You're trying to hear a backing track through your little
Just your
headphone.
little
there.
headphone, yeah.
Very different environment, different time of the day.
Different time of the day, of
That's
course.
right.
Yeah.
And you did fantastically. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
I'm thinking of Moulin Rouge. You know how they
Moulin
sing
Rouge.
the Like a Virgin in. It's one of the songs they do. It's one
They
of the big
do,
production
they do,
numbers.
yes.
Yeah.
was taking you back,
We
was
could
I?
be anywhere in the world, couldn't we?
You could.
Just
You
here
could.
in the ABC studio in Newcastle.
Really good to celebrate the Queen's birthday with our real live drag queen in the studio, and Narelle Nalbantoff hosting and comparing Cara's shows. Thank you very much for coming in and joining us as well.
Thanks for having
Have a
us.
good time. Next one is, where do we? Well, if we want to find out what you're up to, just give us a Google. How do we? How do we look you
Well,
up?
hopefully, ABC can pop it on the page on Facebook. I can send you guys a video for our next show, which is the 16th of July at Blackbird Artisan Bakery in Maitland Jail.
Okay.
And that's for our Christmas in July show. 6 p.m, $85 a head, 3-course dinner, photographs with me and Narelle, and lots of interactive performance fun, and of course live singing, no lip syncing.
That's it. No
Thanks for
lip
coming in.
syncing here.
Charismatic and Narelle Nalbantoff.
To the